This is it, folks, the end of my critique of Persona 5. Sorry it took me so long to get it out. I know it's sad to think of how much better Royal could have been if I'd released these videos a year ago. Or not. But hey, what's the harm in indulging in a little delusion every now and again? Anyway, let's finish this. I'm not here to make any sort of final declaration or anything like that. If I were, I would have named this video Conclusion. But still, I thought it might be nice to do a wrap-up of some sort for this little video series. To start, I figured I'd toot my own horn a bit. See, while making these videos, I did a second playthrough of Persona 5, and I tried to self-impose some of the ideas I had. Naturally, they all worked out wonderfully. Well, they worked pretty well at least. Here's a list of the rules I imposed on myself. I definitely felt a big improvement in the game's pacing by forcing multiple visits to each palace, though despite banning SP adhesives and limiting use of Kawakami, I still made it through each palace very easily in 3 visits. Pretty sure I could have done them all in 2, but left early whenever it was obvious I was further than I needed to be. Also, it became very apparent during this playthrough that most of the game's accessories kinda suck. I never noticed the first time through the game since I stopped caring after I got the SP adhesives, but the second time around I kept waiting for accessories worth getting excited about, but never really found any. Fortunately, I hear they did something about this in Royals, so I guess that's cool. I also limited myself to 1 affinity reading and 1 luck reading a week, and didn't let myself use a guide for confidants' dialogue choices. Still maxed all my confidants pretty easily, so Chihaya might need further nerfs. In palaces, I made myself maintain a yellow security level, which definitely made things more interesting than ambushing the vast majority of shadows. And lastly, I made rules for determining if I could ask held up shadows for items or money. Basically, there's a handful of factors that contribute pass or fail points whose ratio is used as my chance of success. I like the possibility of failing, and I could sometimes take the conditions into account while working towards triggering the hold up. However, I was not a fan of having to enter all the info into my Perl script every time I wanted to hold up a shadow. That part kinda sucked. Overall, I'm very confident in saying that my suggestions for improving the game increased my personal enjoyment significantly, which is proof positive that I'm an amazing game designer with awesome ideas. Of course, if someone else wanted to try out some of these self-imposed rules to give a second opinion on their effect, I'd be pretty interested to hear what you think. Also, I sadly did not think of the forced baton passing idea until after my second playthrough. I'll definitely be trying that if I ever get around to playing Royal, but if anyone else feels like giving it a try, I'd really like to hear how that one goes for you. Anyway, this is the point in the video where I figured I'd read some of the comments from my other videos, ideally some of my favorite counter-arguments or cool ideas other people had in response to my critiques or suggestions. However, at the time of recording this, there haven't really been any comments on my other videos, or views for that matter. Seems that if nothing else, I need to work on my marketing, so I'll think about how to do that. But if you do find these videos someday, I hope you've enjoyed them. Maybe I'll make some more sometime in the future. But until then, thanks for watching and have an awesome day. If you're hoping for a dumb little post-credits bit, I'm afraid there isn't one in this video. Instead, I've recorded all the ones I thought of but didn't include in the other videos into their own little video. Link in the description. Don't get too excited though, they're the ones I didn't use for a reason.